You are an experiential creature. Although you learn a lot from stories of others, it doesn't compare to living through something yourself. Take, for example, a person's life in a wheelchair. You understand that life is quite restrictive. Running with a child or hiking through the woods are probably not going to happen. Even as you learn from a wheelchair-bound person, the challenges of potholes and curves, the day-to-day experience doesn't really resonate with you. You have no first-hand knowledge of people staring at you or questions as to what happened. Having to ask a stranger to hand you a can of corn because it sits on an out-of-reach grocery store shelf doesn't cross your mind, because you haven't had those experiences. Why are you here? I think to have valuable experiences that act as a backdrop for understanding love. Stick with me and I'll explain. There are two basic ideas why you are in this world. One idea describes a universe of randomly moving molecules. Since the beginning, they bounced off each other, eventually forming the Earth and the plants and animals that inhabit it. Out of chaos, consciousness mysteriously emerged, and you are a collection of molecules that are self-aware. The other idea is the universe is not random, but has a purpose. You are here for a reason. You may not know the reason, but you don't believe you are a meaningless accident either. Most of those who believe in a purposeful universe think God is responsible for it. If you believe the God story, the question is, why did he put you here? God is all-powerful, so he could have made you perfect from the start and put you directly into heaven. Why do you have to go through all the pain and suffering of this world? Let's start with a fundamental idea. God made you so that you learn through experience. Think about how you would describe the taste of an orange. You could talk about how it is both sweet and tart at the same time. The taste explodes in your mouth like a strawberry, but different, of course. The only way to know the taste of an orange is to taste an orange. You have to experience it. Things can be described in a story, but it's not the same as living through it. The thrill of that first roller coaster drop isn't easy to relate. You can compare it to other experiences, but then again, foundational experiences are required. The joy of painting a picture or listening to music can be written about, but how wonderful to see or hear them firsthand. Like good things, there are bad things we experience too. The sting of a slap to your face registers as physical pain. However, it is probably not as bad as the emotional pain that follows. The feelings of embarrassment, offense, and sadness fill your heart. You try to make sense of the situation you find yourself in. The slapper acts out of a me-first mindset. They assert a superior position to you. Their decision to put themselves first results in you experiencing pain. I'll discuss this more in another video, but I believe every time a person executes a me-first decision, the result is suffering. The brunt of the pain is absorbed by the me-last person, but note that shrapnel flies in all directions. God knew all this before the creation of the world. Adam and Eve didn't surprise God. He knew they would choose me first in the garden, and suffering would follow. Many think the fall is about obedience and punishment, but it isn't. It's about me first and suffering. Everyone that has existed on this earth, except one, has been a me first person. Billions of me firsters have polluted this world, resulting in pain and suffering flying continuously in all directions. What a mess it has been and still is today. God didn't create it, but he allows you to be in the middle of it. The reason is so you experience some of its fallout. Thus, this world is like a school. You are going through it to learn about the pain me-firsters cause you. You feel both physical and emotional pain at their hands. Occasionally, you may also see the suffering you cause someone else. Unfortunately, it's harder for you to see that truth. The school spotlights only one mantra: me first causes hurts. Me first causes hurts. The repetition is valuable for a conversation you would otherwise have with God. God, what is love? Do you know what happens when someone chooses me first? Oh yes, it causes hurts. Me first causes hurts. Love is volunteering to absorb the pain generated when someone chooses me first. Do you love me? Yes, here in heaven, I will absorb all the pain from all me-first decisions. But I thought the cross absorbed all the pain. No, it absorbed most of it on earth, but a small amount was experienced by you and the other people throughout history. But the cross was for even more than absorbing most of the pain. It demonstrated that I can and will absorb pain on your behalf. How much will you absorb? I will absorb all of it, 100% of it here in heaven. As I told you, there will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. Since you have finished your me first causes hurt schooling on earth, now you can understand love. The Revelation 21:4 Bible passage that says there will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away, is often misunderstood. Most theologians say that because there is no pain or death in heaven, there can be no me first choices there. But I suggest that there will be me first decisions, but God will pay their entire price. Just when you have come to understand how profound the cross is, you now learn that God will suffer at your hands for eternity. God will always be me last and you me first. For God to eternally absorb your pain is incomprehensible love. I have seen little evidence in my life or the lives of other Christians that they are fundamentally changed persons as they claim. As hard as I try to the contrary, I often put myself first. It appears sanctification is a godly declaration, not a human substantiation. This is a lot to process and is most likely wrong. I would like to know why it doesn't work for you. What are the arguments against the idea that you will sin in heaven? Keep thinking, and I look forward to your feedback. Please leave your comments and questions below or contact me at my email address. Until the next video, remember humility, thanks, and joy.